Hi everyone, it's Meg from 12inkypawprints.blogspot.com, and I am here today with a very special coloring video with the CC Designs new spring pinkies. Now, so many of you asked if I could please show you, here let me zoom out a little bit, oops that's in, to show you the spring pinkies. Here they are. Totally adore these pinkies, and today I'm going to be coloring up at least the hair and the skin of this pinky using a no lines technique. So many of you asked me, please can you do a video for us with the no lines technique with the hair and the skin. So that's what we're going to do today. I will tell you that this is the first time I've attempted this on video. I normally color like so many others. I normally color so stinkingly close to the paper that my head is like touching the paper. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge for me to not do that today, but I promise you will see what I'm coloring and you won't see the top of my head. So what I'm doing right now, because I started this video, yes, without being organized and prepared, right now I'm shuffling the cat, trying to find one marker that I am missing. Well, we might be going without that marker. No, I've got it here. Oh, right. Okay, so the colors that I'm going to use for my gal are, let me get a couple more. Not quite ready yet. Okay. Okay, I'm going to use E04, 13, 11, 21, 00, and 000. And what I first do when I'm doing no lines, a lot of people do like the eyes, the things that they want to do with their Copic multi-liner in black first. I don't. I like to make it difficult for myself. So what I'm going to do is, and I hope this is going to work, I come in very close to the paper and I extremely light. I'm going to use my E04 and just imagine where I think the darkest pieces of her shading may be. Now, I'm not one of those people that just kind of do, if it's the darkest shading, it gets E04, etc. and etc. I kind of vary up things. So for example, can you, I'm pretty zoomed in, I don't think I need to move this. So for her, all right, as we go around her face, I am not going to use E04 for all of the dark shading, just to add some variety. I'm going to let E13 do the business in some places. I'm going to get her little neck while I'm here. Okay, we'll get a little bit of her hands. And we'll get some of these legs. Alright, and that's it for my E04. Then I'm going to take E13, which is my next darkest color, and I'm going to go over the spots. I just did the E04 and just bring the color out a little bit from that. Okay. One thing you got to keep in mind when you're doing no lines coloring is that you don't have the black lines of the paper to help bring distinction between different parts of your image. So you have to provide all that in your coloring. Now for the face, we're not really going to have to concentrate on that so much, but once we get into the hair, that's going to become pretty important, because when you deal with different levels, you know, different levels, you're going to need to be able to show differences in those levels. Okay, so if you imagine, for example, if you imagine the light source coming from the left, then the shadows on the right are going to be darker, which is why the shadows to the right of her hair here are darker. So we're done with the E13, and now we're going to go down to the E11. And at the E11 point, and honestly, I have to tell you, this is not an exact science with me. I just kind of float around and do what I do. So I encourage you, if you haven't done a lot with the no lines, it really is a wonderful way to improve your coloring if you're looking to get better than what you currently are. it has made a huge difference in my life to do no lines coloring. And I gotta say, I do no lines 90% of the time, and I do no lines every single day. And I am, of course, by no means an expert. I just have a ton of fun with it. And I think I am improving. I think I'm better than I was a year ago. And to me, that's really important. Okay. All right, so here we go with the E11. I'm just starting to come in around the corners of her face, but I'm not going all the way around to her chin, as you see. I've still left some that needs to get filled in. Okay, so we've done E04, 13, and 11. Now we're going to get down to E21. And usually when I get down to E21 with skin is really when I kind of start filling stuff in. Primarily because with no lines, I've still used Memento Desert Sand to stamp this. And I go from E21 generally to like an E00 or E01, and the lines are darker than the E00 or the E01. And I would prefer to have my outline around my image in each, with the skin areas, I would prefer to have that with an E21 all around it to mask that line than to have an E00 on the edge, for example, and people can see the stamped line, if this makes sense. I really hope I just made sense. Okay, so let's get going with this E21. I really love it because E21 to me adds really nice flesh color. Okay, and generally I'm going around, well with her I'm going around, who knows, from stamp to stamp, day to day, everything is just so different. Especially today is rainy. I don't know what it's like where you're at. It's really depressing around here. Okay, I'm gonna just touch up. See, on the hand, I'm gonna go all the way around because I don't want, like I said, I don't want this line, stamped line, to be the darkest thing shown. Okay, so when I do her legs, I'm making sure still, even if I go all the way around, I leave a significant amount empty in the middle so I can fill it up with more color. All right, now I'm at the E00. I'm gonna fill the hand completely in. Keep going around her little face. A lot of people use Nina? No, sorry. Copic Expressit paper. I use Nina. Solar White. I really like it. But then again, I don't have experience with any other paper. I buy Nina by the ream. By the ream. So I use it till it's done. And quite honestly, I really like the way it blends. I know generally how many strokes it's going to take to blend anything. Okay, now I'm at my lightest color, my E000 for this one. I'm just going to color her all the way up, finish coloring her in. Make sure I go over the lines where I had the E00. All right, there she is. Now, her little cheeks, they need some help. I used to do cheeks where I kind of came in and really gave them very full pink cheeks, but I've been trying something lately where I kind of just on the edge, you know, give them kind of like a little edge cheek coming in, like that maybe. And then what I do is I take the lightest color I use for the skin, so here's the, for the not cheeks, skin, you know, the E, for this it was E000, and I just kind of blend on the edge. Then if I notice I need to go one more time over the middle, bring all that stuff in. There we go. And that's it. Ta-da! That's the skin. It really is very easy. That's easy. Now I'll put her little eyeballs in. I haven't really stopped to look at this video. Oops, a little too round. Oh well, pinkies really don't have super round eyes, but this one does. All right, I haven't really stopped to see how well this is going on the screen. So I am really hopeful that you can see everything. Let me just stand up to see what's going on. Oh, there, I'm still on the screen. Woohoo! All right, let's keep going. All right, I'm gonna do some colors that are a little different from what I did on my previous pinkies that everybody loved. Let me just show you those pinkies. I meant to do that at the beginning of the video. Okay, so, oops. We have this pinky. It was my first pinky that I did. I love these pinkies way too much. And here are these other two pinkies that I did for you last week. And then I had one more post I put up last weekend that really uses the same technique as the pinkies, but she's Swiss Pixie, so she's a little bigger. All right, so it's for comparison, this is the girl that we're working on. And I'm not going to do her the same as I did with the other one. All right, before I go any further, because I don't like little black eyes looking at me like that, I want them to look like they're real people. So I'm going to put in her cheeks and some white in her eyes to make her look a little more human. I like the way that looks. Okay, now her hair, I think I did the E57s, E57, 55, 53, 51. With this pinky's hair, I'm going to start with E44. Okay, so when you do hair, you need to kind of pay attention to what's in front and what's in back. And I really always try to watch the artist drawn lines. So, for example, this stuff's in back. So I'm going to get my shadows going for what's in back and what's in front so that it all makes sense. And I'm going to do that before I really start coloring in too much detail. Okay, just kind of getting the lay of the land. That's what we're doing right now. Okay, now I am going to kind of treat this little patch here, because that's how Christine drew it, as this patch is going to be behind this patch, okay? We got little, yes, everybody remember these kind of little ties for your hair? I loved them. I really loved them. They were so much fun growing up. Okay, and up on the top of her head here, you kind of have to imagine how the hairs all come together. There, so that's going to be my shadow up there. All right, so now what I do is I'm going to start darkest color first, just kind of sketching in my darkest shadow areas. So this is, for this one, I'm going to sketch in right up to that line, but for the lay on top part, I'm not. Okay, this is the trick of one trick to no line coloring. Okay, because you don't have a line, a black line to separate things, you have to make one up. You have to make up a like this patch and this patch come together on this line. But it's not going, you're not going to be able to see any kind of distinction if you make the dark match the same darkness on both sides of the line, if that makes any sense. So you kind of have to draw in a fake line so that you can add a highlight right down the middle between those two, the darkest parts of both places. And that is part of what makes no line coloring no line coloring. Okay, just gonna color in my dark, my little spots down there. Okay, now I'm just gonna go around here. Okay. All right, there. Okay, so that's down there. Now up top. Normally when I have something here I gotta figure out, I start actually with the hairs that are gonna be working up to that point. Kind of see what they want to do and what direction they want to go. I do let the stamp tell me what to do. Alright, so okay, what I'm going to do here is bring that out over here, kind of to create a little part. Okay, see how I'm creating that part? Now I'm going to make my line here because I want there to be a highlight between this side of the hair and that side of the hair. Okay, so that you need that to show dimension. All right, Okay, now here again, we have this back point part connecting with this front part. So when you sketch in the dark parts of the front, you're not going to match it all the way at that back. If you do that, you're going to lose the distinction. All right, now I'm going to just draw in some fringe. All right, there. Not bad, I don't think. We'll see. I have no idea how it's going to turn out yet. So, from the E44, and I'm making this up as I go. I do that a lot. Just whatever marker seems to appear in front of me is often what I use. So E55, I am thinking about this a little because I really like the combination of E44 and E55. I'm going to go over what I just did. Fan out those dark spots further to start lightening them up. I'm going a little faster than I normally would. Normally I'm a pretty fast colorist anyway, but going a little faster than I normally would today because I don't want to take up all your time here. I know everybody's got a lot going on their weekends. And you could watch it whenever. You don't have to watch it on the weekend, but you know what I mean. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get a little ADD. Having to sit at a computer a lot, so. Okay. There's that part. Not shabby, right? Okay. Now let's come down to her pony. Start fanning that out. And once again, here's a light where the darks meet. I don't really want to fill it in with this color yet. I did it up here, but I don't know why I did. Normally I keep filling in those meet points between the darks for a much lighter color. Usually the second lightest color you plan on using. So that's E55. I'm trying to decide between using E53, which I like to use in combination with E55 a lot, and E42. I think I'm going to go with the 50s just because they're a little more gold and the 40s are a little more ashy. Okay, now with the E53, I am going to fill in all the rest of my work here. Okay, I want her to be kind of a dark blonde. I don't know, do you call her blonde, brunette, whatever. I'm a blonde myself, and I have to tell you, a blonde's idea of what blonde is and other people's idea of what blonde is are different, so I really never know what to say if this person's blonde or not. Now I'm going to fill in those dark places with that blonde. 53. Okay, there you go. Not too shabby. I like her hair. Okay, so I think that we're gonna stop here today because I don't want this video to get too long. Oh my gosh, have I been off the whole time? Crap. Well, okay, if I haven't, perfect, I'll post this. If I have, I will redo it. So if I end up posting this, then I would like it very much if you subscribe to this YouTube channel. I would love to stay in touch with you that way. I would love it if you visited my blog at 12inkypawprints.blogspot.com. That would be fantastic. If you don't have the CC Designs Spring Pinkies yet, I think they're definitely worth purchasing. If you think my nails are super funky and awesome, I will have a little link below on my story about how I started being able to wear nail polish again after 4 years of my chronic illness robbing that from me. So I would love it if you check that out too. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.